guys, how's it going? Good morning and welcome to my weekly cosmic weather forecast where I sit down with my cup of tea on Monday morning and invite you to do the same as we discuss the upcoming cosmic weather events for the week as it relates to astrology. And I'm talking about the week of the 23rd of July, 2018. My microphone decided to stop working today. I hope you guys can hear me. I'm going to project my voice as much as I can without actually yelling at you. So I apologize if you have to turn up your volume. So we had the sun move into Leo yesterday. So welcome to Leo month. Congratulations, you made it out of Cancer month. And I think on Monday, with the sun now in Leo and the moon in Sagittarius, I think this week starts out pretty positively. I don't think you could ask for the better start of a week in comparison to what we've been going through. So I hope that you guys feel that shift. I definitely do. And it's really helping add to this sense of emerging self-confidence. We've had Mercury in Leo for a little while, which has had us starting to remember that we carry these inner reserves of self-love, but it's been having this little battle with Venus and Virgo because these two irritate one another. Leo and Virgo irritate one another because Virgo comes right after Leo in the zodiac. And signs that are next to one another irritate one another because this is an evolutionary process, this wheel is. So one has what the other doesn't. So on the one hand, we've had Mercury in Leo telling us that, you know, we are the best and we can do it and we have what it takes. But then we've had Venus in Virgo, which is this sort of inner critic tearing us down or stirring up insecurities or making us feel like we just can't get it right or that we're not perfect enough or seeing all of our flaws before we see our strengths. So with the sun now moving into Leo to join Mercury in Leo, I think that Leo is going to win the battle between Leo and Virgo at last. And I think when we can use the positive strengths of Leo and combine them with the perfectionistic aspect of Virgo that kind of lends itself to making these lists of things we need to improve, if we can tap into the Leo confidence, we can snatch up that to-do list and kind of run off into the sunshine and bang it out really confidently because we know that we can. So we can combine them in a positive way, but I think that it's been a little bit weird for a week or two, this kind of turbulent 1 minute feeling like we can, 1 minute feeling like we can't, 1 minute feeling confident, the next feeling insecure. So Leo month, there isn't a better month out of the year to feel good about yourself. And if you are the type of person that struggles with insecurity or self-confidence, or if you're just generally kind of a humble person and have difficulty celebrating yourself, particularly in front of others, if you're the type of person that has issues accepting confident compliments, so complimenting yourself can be kind of an area that's not comfortable for you. This is a month out of the year where you can kind of confront those things and work on them and start to feel more comfortable with positive self-talk. Monday we start out with the moon in Sag, and then on Tuesday we're going to have Venus in Virgo oppose Neptune in Pisces. So this can illuminate a little bit of this perfectionistic mind state that I was talking about. So watch for that beginning of the week. But I think that with the sun now in Leo, like I've been saying, I think we can finally start to think about loving ourselves where we're at right now and appreciating that we are extensions of God. God itself is imperfect because God itself is in a constant state of transformation and evolution. That's what evolution is. That's the process of evolution is improvement over time. So there's never going to be this moment in the future where we reach perfection other than perhaps when we die. But what a bummer to realize it then, you know. But realizing now that now is all we have and everything is perfect and in divine order, perfectly imperfect, if you will. So what a shame it would be to get to the end game and be like, oh, damn it, I was perfect the whole time. Why didn't I realize it? Often we can do that when we look at a photo of ourselves from the past. We'll look at it and be like, damn, I was killing it. Why didn't I know then? So not wanting to miss out, you know, and just love yourself, man. Love your divine instrument, your body, your temple that you have for, you know, a pretty temporary amount of time if you look at the whole deal. So yeah. Then we'll have the moon go into Capricorn, where it will be for a good amount of the week. It's going to be there for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and into a little bit of Friday. So yeah, moon in Capricorn, it's going to conjunct Saturn and Pluto. So it's kind of like midweek. We're feeling focused. We're maybe a little bit serious about work and our duties and responsibilities. But we have Mercury go retrograde on Wednesday. I know we have another planet going retrograde. So I know I've said this a million times, but I just want to say it quickly one more time. If things aren't moving ahead as quickly as you would like, or you're not seeing the result of certain things quite yet, just know that it's because we're in this huge retrograde period. And this is the time when we're preparing for moving forward and we're getting our ducks in a row, so to speak. So just be patient. And with Mercury retrograde, this can cause all sorts of weird communication things. I think with it retrograde in Leo, we might see the shadow side of Leo in communication. So watching that we're allowing others to speak. We're not talking about only our achievements. We're not just talking about ourselves. If we see other people being a little bit pompous or obnoxious, just cut them some slack. Mercury retrograde in Leo. But yeah, Mercury retrograde, I mean, I usually experience miscommunications with Mercury retrograde. If you've ever watched two people talk, you're the observer and you're watching two humans have an interaction. And you can see that they're actually in agreement, that they're actually arguing the same point, but they're not understanding one another. So they're actually having an argument and you're sitting there going, oh my God, you guys are ridiculous. You're actually saying the same thing. That's kind of what Mercury retrograde is like. It's miscommunication, saying something and having someone interpret it the wrong way or the way you didn't mean it, sending an email that should have stayed in the draft box, sending a text to the wrong person, or having someone get a text that you meant this way, but they took it that way, and then this whole thing. So it's kind of that type of energy. And then on that note, if you could have a mantra for this week, which would be make friends, not enemies, because we have a few aspects that lend to strange communication amongst friends in particular, because it's Aquarian. We have the Sun square Uranus, which can add to kind of sudden, unexpected, weird insights or feelings and stress on the nervous system. We also have the Sun in Leo opposing Mars in Aquarius, which can make people a little bit aggressive or feeling uncomfortable within themselves, so they lash out and take it out on other people. We're going to have the moon oppose Mercury later in the week around Sunday, so that can definitely cause miscommunications or weird interactions. So I think for this week, staying really open to other people not being in their best, including ourselves. And if we see an interaction that's going weird with one of our homies or, one of our peers, just walk away from it. Don't get attached to the story. Don't get attached to the moment. It's not going to be like that forever. Don't take it personally. That person doesn't mean it the way they're saying it. It's that kind of energy where it's just like, oh God, you might as well just walk away and come back to it later, because it's just par for the course when you're dealing with energies like these. People are going through a really weird time. We're in between eclipses right now. This is like the snake shedding its skin. It's uncomfortable, it's itchy, it's weird. People are a little bit afraid, I feel. Not so much today, beginning of the week, because we've got this positive Leo vibe, but last week, following that partial solar eclipse, there was some weird ass energy last week. There was like a couple days where it felt like Halloween, everything was creepy, there was this like heavy sadness, no one knew why they were sad, but they were. It was like this collective bummer. So it's like, allow people to be a little bit weird. They're doing their best, you know. Speaking of friends, on that note, coming to Friday the 27th to our full moon for the month and also a total lunar eclipse in Aquarius. So this full moon is amazing because it's in Aquarius, which is about our friends, our community. It's also about the future. Aquarius is the visionary. It's about futuristic concepts. It's thinking outside the box. It's trying something you haven't tried before, expanding your friend circle, expanding your awareness, expanding your ideas about what's even possible coming into a new age, coming into a new you and a new time. This eclipse is also a nodal eclipse. It's activating the north and south node. So this is another gateway. This is about moving into the future, moving forward. It's also conjunct Mars in Aquarius. So I think this is bringing up friends and acquaintances. Conjunct Mars can make us a little bit agitated. That's another aspect that can make things a little bit tense. But it also makes us passionate. I think it's going to make us passionate about moving forward, saying goodbye to things that we're done with, going to grasp the new sparkly thing that kind of scares us, but that, you know, our soul craves so bad. So I think look at your calendar, look at the 27th. If there's been an event or a group of people, a community that you felt attracted to for a long time, but you just haven't broken out of your routine to go for it, I think now's the time. Really celebrate this eclipse because it's a big one. And again, eclipses, the seeds we plant now are going to develop later over time. And what else about that? Yeah, it's exciting, man. And it's weird. Uranian energy is weird. It's bizarre. It's the genius. So allow for that. Allow for that expansion and don't put boundaries around what's possible, because that's what magic is all about. Magic is available to those who believe that it's possible. And for those that don't, they don't really experience magic as much because they put those boundaries and walls up so the magic can't get in. So just allow for it. Embrace the weirdness. There is this feeling right now that anything can happen. And that can be a little bit scary, but it's also where we welcome all the possibilities and let them flood in. I think that this is a week about illumination because we have the sun at home in Leo where it loves to be, where it shines the brightest. So symbolically and literally, depending on where you live, this month of Leo is when it is the brightest, the days are brightest. And then this week we have a full moon in Aquarius, so the nights are even bright. So it's a time of illumination. Light is being shined on certain things in our life so that we can see them really clearly. So it's a very electric week. I think you might have trouble sleeping, I feel, with all of this lunar light and solar light. It can be very activating. So I don't know. I'm going to take it easy on the caffeine this week. I don't think we need it. I think that we can tap into that lunar and solar energy and just be electrified. And then, so Aquarius moon on Saturday, and then we'll close out the week on Sunday with Pisces moon. I think that this could feel interesting depending on how we embrace it. I think that A Pisces moon, when we're having times that are this out there and this mystical, a Pisces moon can feel a little bit ungrounding, a little bit surreal. But particularly for those that like things to be, for people that like things to be how they expect them to be and they don't like things moving around too much, but we can surrender to the weird, surrender, welcome the unexpected. I think that it can be really, really powerful closing to the week to have that Neptune energy, that Pisces come in and make things even more magical. Yeah, that about does it, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you guys have the most amazing breakthroughs this week. It is definitely a week for that if you allow for it. If you guys would like to reach out to me for a natal chart reading, I'm definitely available for that. My information will be down below. You can also find me on Instagram at Earth2Coyote with underscores in between the words. Thank you guys so much. I will see you in the next video. Have a great week.